Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next fight. Making her way to the ring and fighting out of the red corner, it's Ashley Innocent.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to TCB 45 for your main event. Starting off with Ashley Innocent making her way to the ring. Brent, what an exciting matchup this is going to be. Innocent coming in 4-0, undefeated out of Vital Combat team.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see this young lady. Expert coach Dave Reeves from Vital Combat has been really trying to get her into a Cagezilla event, trying to get her a fight. Just really no one has accepted. And this is a young lady coming in at 4-0. That's her MMA record. And she, you know, it's worth noting that she also came in, you know, she was coming in on weight at 138, and her opponent here came in about 6 to 8 pounds over that. So, you know, but one thing to note is Dave, I talked with Coach Reeves there, and he said when they told Ashley that Ayat had missed weight, she didn't even blink. She was like, okay, let's go. You know, so basically kind of, you know, talking to me about how mentally tough she was. She didn't even blink when you know, because a lot of people, you know, their opponent come in 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds overweight. That's significant, and they, you know, may or may not take the fight. But he talks about her being the hardest worker in the room. She has pro MMA ambitions, and really excited, and that's why they put her in Ayat here in this main event title slot, or not title, but main event slot. And because both of these young ladies really have a bright future in combat sports.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Undefeated right now in her Muay Thai career. Fearless is one big section of this, right? You talked about the fact that Ayat missing that weight is definitely part of it, but just in general, this is somebody with a stone cold demeanor looking to make it 5-0.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's get the blue corner in the ring. I want to see her.
And her opponent, making her way to the ring and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Ayat Elhag.
Ayat Elhag here, coming on in, as you said, a little bit over the weight for the bantamweight division at 138 pounds, but regardless, somebody who's had great showings time and time again here in TCB and beyond. Currently 8-7, looking to keep herself above that 50-50 milestone, but we'll have to work through Ashley Innocent to do so.
Yeah, no, I spoke with her as well, and she, you know, she said, I made weight. I've never missed weight before in my life. And I don't know what happened. You know, the women have different kind of difficulties also making weight in certain times. And, you know, she said this is the first time she's missed weight, but she's been on the receiving end of that too, where her opponents have missed weight and she's had to take fights as well. So it's the name of the game. This is the fight game. You know, she lives in Annandale. She's originally from Sudan, and you know, seems like a pretty chill lady outside of the ring, loves chess and reading and works at a coffee shop. And so really excited to see her in the ring. She wanted to give a shout out to Helena and Karina from Lotus Thai Boxing for helping her train for this fight. You know, females having other females to help them is crucial, you know, in the fight game, and it's not always there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. This bout is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the TCB Women's Bantamweight Division. It is brought to you by our friends at Tobaccoology, fine cigars and tobacco run by fine people with locations in Manassas and Haymarket. And Blue Label Customs, customize your life. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'6" and weighing in at 138 pounds, fighting out of Vital Combat team with a record of 4 wins and no defeats. It's Ashley Innocent. And her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'8" and weighing in at 144 pounds, fighting out of Lotus Thai Boxing with a record of 8 wins and 7 defeats. It's Ayat Elhag. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this main event bout is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the TCB Women's Bantamweight Division. It is brought to you by Tobaccoology and Blue Label Customs, and here is referee Julie Cohen with the fighter instructions.
All right, you guys heard the instructions in the back. Obey my commands at all times, all right? Fight clean, fight hard, protect yourself at all times. Any questions? Okay, touch gloves, back to your corner.
Oh, excited for this one. Main event on TCB 45 here. And in just a few moments, they are gonna touch gloves and make it hot in there in the ring. Let's go, ladies. They didn't even touch gloves.
Yeah. Coming right out to it. They had the touch gloves right there on the referee's command, of course. Therefore, just able to come out guns a-blazing. And look at the velocity these two are already engaging at. Solid head movement going to be achieved there by Elhag, trying to get on in there. Innocent getting a leg caught as well on that kick. Got to be careful on the retraction there.
Oh.
Opening up Innocent, who drops hands. That's a worrying position to be in here in round number 1. Remember, we have 5 of these things to go.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Ayat coming in not only with the weight advantage, but also with the experience advantage. You know, she's had, you know, on paper here, 15 kickbox bouts. And you know, Ashley is 4-0. She's a young, hot prospect in MMA, but she doesn't have the experience that Ayat has inside of the ring. So I think that's going to play a factor.
Definitely the case, and you can see a lot of head movement already. Elhag with another one straight past the guard. It almost kind of feels like a mismatch, as much as I hate to see it right now. Innocent just not providing the defensive levels necessary to actually find angles by which to fire back against Elhag. And there you go, once again, arm extended on the red corner side, but the acceleration is all Elhag's. She gets to the head first, and we see movement from the red corner.
Wow. And these ladies not wearing pads, not wearing knee pads, not wearing elbow pads. I mean, this is a class A+, but man, Ashley's taking some ones on the chin, literally, and not sure how many more she can take like that. Oh, gave one back of her own.
Yeah. Elhag, though, happy to take center stage once again. Innocent trying to respond. Hook going to go wide here. Innocent leaning in, trying to advance towards the corner here. Elhag eventually going to fall into a clinch. That was a good showing of aggression there to round out round number 1. But I got to say, Ayat is looking like she's in full control right now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Ashley's very much still in this fight. But Ayat was getting the better of most of those exchanges there. Although Ashley was coming on strong there at the end of that round. So, you know, again, that mental toughness that Coach Dave Reeves was talking about is showing, and I think it'll continue to show in the next couple of rounds. So Ayat's either going to find a stronger rhythm for herself, or Ashley's going to prove to us just how mentally tough she is.
All right. Coming out around number 1, notably, I do think that Innocent is looking still relatively healthy. We saw some big shots earlier, but not a whole lot in the way to completely destabilize what could be good chance for a reprieve here in round number 2. Remember, with the championship rounds ahead of us, each individual one matters a little bit less on the judges' scorecard. So you come out swinging, you can easily make up for a choppy round number 1. And we're seeing that right here, right now. Innocent trying to go on all cylinders, fighting right back, and getting some good pressure up against the blue corner.
Oh, man. These girls just swinging with reckless abandon there in the pocket. and showing the guys how to do it.
As it currently stands, both these fighters are pretty happy to play stance agnostic, but at the same time, this is done with a lot more experience than you see out of some other fighters. They're swapping back and forth, looking for the way by which to accelerate for strong angles. Innocent on the circle right now. Ayat continually bringing back up that left leg to try to stuff any possible attempts to chop the big tree down. Innocent fishing with 2 punches right there. Good head movement in general there by the blue corner, though. Getting away, slipping so many punches. Barely needs to keep the guard up if she's going to keep moving like Muhammad.
Jeez, yeah, wow. Looking strong. Both ladies looking strong and really boxing heavy. You don't see a ton of kicks. They're trying to knock each other's head off.
Sounds like more recruits for your league, my man.
Hey, man, Champions League boxing. We're waiting for you. Oh.
All right.
That right
Across
hand.
the body, closed stance, big slugfest coming out. Ayat dropping her guard as well. I noticed Innocent was doing that round number 1. She's actually, I think, keeping it a little bit more on lock this time around versus the blue corner.
Yeah, Ayat. Oh, nice, nice. Ashley pressing forward too. So hey, she's very much a tiger and still in this fight.
There we go, Bell. Round number 2 up and over with. Good stuff both ways. Honestly, Ashley bringing it back gives me hope for the championship rounds. And I love the fact that both of these fighters still looking quite good when they come to the corners here. Ashley, in fact, happy to just stand here versus Ayat, showing that she has enough to go for the full 5 rounds. And, you know, that's definitely a challenge coming into championship bouts. Something that you don't see too often is the wherewithal when you're getting pressure, when you're getting hit upside the head, to not go put the afterburners on too early and just crash out before you have the chance to score in those final 2 rounds.
Yeah, exactly. I think Ayat threw a lot into that first round and then was slowing down a little bit there in that second round, and Ashley was coming on. So let's see what the pace is here coming up in round number 3.
Yeah, I do think that Ayat, maybe my assessment of her is that she was looking a little bit better than what you thought there, Brent, but certainly it's either Ashley rounding the corner or Ayat maybe putting a little bit too much early into this one. So let's see what it's going to look like for Elhag. I think that this is going to be the big difference maker. She is going back on the offensive as much as she can. Ashley Innocent trying to get exchanges, but there we go. Philly shell right back up. Elhag going to wait for the shot, sees the opening, and then fires off. Still looking tight, still looking sharp.
Yeah, Ashley really throwing some heavy leather, and lucky for Ayat, she's keeping those hands up. Girls are really throwing, man. I think they could beat most of the guys on the card.
No, I would definitely agree with that as well. It's the fact that also both of them are reducing damage quite nicely. The reaction to actually bringing guard up as they are is really impressive stuff. That being said, Ashley, with the walk down there, looking a lot stronger than that attempted play worked off in round 1. Still isn't going to get all of it due to Elhag keeping that guard, as I said before. But there we go, a little bit of a stutter step there. I don't think the blue corner expected the shot to come at that sharp angle. She lowered her head down, trying to find something off of a kick, gets punished for doing so.
Ooh. Yeah, I want to see Ashley keeping that right hand a little higher. I want to catch a left hook flush to the chin. I'd like to see her keeping her hands up. Ayat does a very good job of keeping those hands up, protecting her face.
Good stuff for both sides, yet again. Circling each other. I really like how much more side-oriented the stance out of Innocent is when the circling begins and presents a smaller target, presents more acceleration potential off the back leg, and she's still able to stuff a lot of what Elhag is trying to do. And I think that Elhag's guard, for as much as she's bringing her arms up, still isn't doing enough for these really dead center shots straight down the middle to the face that Innocent's beginning to rely more and more on as maybe a weak point, as now we are out of our main rounds into the championship rounds. Brent, this is such a tough one to call so far.
Wow, yeah, I mean, First round, I might have said Ayat, but it's been a back and forth battle here in the last, rounds number 2 and 3, and the championship rounds. That's why we have them. It's made to separate the the champions from those who are not, and we'll see. I know Ashley is definitely coming on strong. We'll see if she continues to do just that. Like I say, I want to see her protecting her face a little bit better. Ayat does a great job, because Ashley's been throwing some heavy leather at her face, and Ayat does a great job of keeping those hands up, protecting her face. I want to start seeing Ashley do the same thing and not take blows that she doesn't have to take.
Yeah, definitely happy with how these two are showing their stuff. Very much still with the energy to take it to the championship rounds. And now it really is beginning to feel like this is for all the marbles. Innocent. Elhag, both center of the ring, slugging it out once again. This has been their go-to to open the rounds. No big head kicks, no thunderous spinning back fists. Just good old boxing right up front.
Oh, 2 good right hands from Ayat connecting. And really, but look, coming back with some nice teep kicks is Innocent. And man, both of these ladies showing incredible heart, incredible tenacity, and incredible skills. I mean, they look great out there.
All right, Elhag,
Wow.
I think, once again, rounding a corner, finding the second or third win at this point. And I'm starting to worry. Innocent is yet again dropping that guard, eating a big combo right there for her effort right there. 4, 5, 6 piece, in fact. And now on the back off once again. Seems to still have her wits about her, but I get worried when she gets in that position. That's clean finishing time if Elhag wants to take it.
Yeah, I mean, she needs it. Oh, Ayat coming in.
It's starting to get rough out there.
Some heavy punches. Nice leg kick, but Ashley is definitely still in this and still firing back.
Or at least trying to do so. I think she's finally really starting to show some battle damage here, though. Leg kick. Yet again, dropped guard. Elhag just needs to get back on the offensive here. Gonna try to find it. Shots to the face. Innocent brings the arms up. Still not enough. I really think she's getting the better of these exchanges now on the blue corner side. And so Innocent is going to have to find a new angle in, but I don't even know if you could think with this many fists battering the face.
I mean, both of these ladies, seriously, I mean, some of the best boxing that we've seen on the card. I mean, just
100%.
I'm talking about flush blows to the face. I mean, accuracy and precision and from both ladies. So, yeah, kudos to both Ashley and Ayat. And, Chris, we are making our way into the 5th round, my man.
The final round. You love to see it here. Elhag still standing, looking good. Has a lot left in the tank, and I think she may be looking to finish it here. Innocent also still communicative with her ring crew. I really do believe that she could clean this one up, but she needs to answer against what Ayat's seeing, which is that dropping of that guard. And so far, it doesn't seem like we've been getting improvement on that front. I'm a little bit worried that we may not even get to the end of this 5th and final round.
Yeah, you think somebody's going to finish it here before the bell?
I do think that there's a chance that Ayat could do it. I mean, if Ashley drops the guard one more time like that, it could be lights out in an instant. Frankly, I'm kind of shocked it hasn't been yet.
If it hasn't been yet, it might not be, man. She is just tough as nails. I mean, she takes those shots, and she doesn't look necessarily wobbled. You know, some of these guys here earlier tonight, they took a shot. You could tell their legs aren't under them anymore. But Ashley's got all her wits about her. And this is going to be a tough 5th round. I think someone's got to steal it here.
All right, good little walk down. We've seen this before by Innocent. It's given her a lot of value. Chin check, though, on the side of Ayat before she's pushed back against the ropes. Not a true clinch. Both are going to break it up. Want to go back to the striking game plan. Ayat trying to keep pressure, to keep Innocent bug-guarded into her corner. Innocent going to go to a clinch of her own, using that pushing power, trying to drive Ayat back. Ayat going to break free from this one. Guard dropped, though. Innocent just going to lead straight into this one. And this is a chaotic round number 5.
Yeah. Both of these girls vicious. Oh, my goodness. I don't want to spar these girls.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone would relish that opportunity. This is a brutal showing from both of these girls. And the fact that they're just keeping at such close quarters, they are not chickening out of any of these blows. They understand that their goal right here, right now, is to finish on the feet. They do not want such a close fight to go onto the judges' scorecards. And therefore, they're still trying to find that one last little angle, that one advantage that could take this one home before the end and the bell strikes.
Wow. Oh, I like how she lifted that knee and then threw the right hand. That was a nice little fake and lead into that right hand. But look at Ashley still plodding forward, making her mark. She's been landing some nice 2-3s all fight. And but look how Ayat keeps that high guard, keeps those hands up, protecting her face, keep those shields up, and does a really good defensive job there.
Up close and personal, Ayat wants in one more time. Ashley, a little bit of a windmill there. Big hook going up into nowhere. Needs to try to bring the guard back. Unfortunately, gets clocked upside the head a few times. Now using that clinch as a bit more of a way to find pressure. That'll be the end of it here.
Wow. Man, after the first round, I didn't think that we were going to get 5 rounds of this. But, man, Ashley is one tough lady, man. I mean, Coach Reeves was right on the money. He was 110% correct. He says, her being the hardest worker in the room, so mentally tough. And don't forget, she was ready to make weight, right? Like, she cut her weight and made her weight, and Ayat didn't have to suffer through all that. So that might have played a little bit of a factor as well. That's always a tricky thing when there's weight misses. But regardless, innocent, 100% game, and Ayat really started the fight off super strong, just coming out with some beautiful combos to the face and beautiful defensive guard like we talked about earlier, and some nice leg kicks and kicks. So great fight. One of the better female fights that I've seen in a long time.
Oh, yeah, the women's division is growing and going strong here, Brandon. This is a testament to that fact. There's a depth of play here, depth of fighters on the women's roster and multiple weight divisions, and I cannot wait to see more of the main eventing here in TCB.
Yeah, absolutely. The main event tonight. Now I know why. I mean, this was a main event fight, right? I've never seen either of these girls compete. I know Coach Dave Reeves has been talking to me about Ashley and trying to match her up in MMA. And man, now I'm gonna look extra hard. I mean, there's no willing opponents so far, but man, she is quite the competitor, and going up against somebody that is her same weight, they're gonna have a hard time with that with Ashley. I mean, she is a force to be reckoned with, and we'll see how the judges score this one. But it was a tight one, and I'm very, very curious to see the round structure and who they gave it to there. Let's send it to Chris Fuller to make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. But before we do, let's hear it for both these ladies putting on a great show, both worthy of the main event. Great job. All right, Judge 1 has scored this bout 49-46. Judge 2 has also scored the bout 49-46. And Judge 3 has scored the bout 50-45, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, it's Ayat Elhag.
Congratulations to Ayat. Excellent work, excellent skills. Congratulations to Team Lotus with Coach Carlos Lopez. And, man, looking forward to seeing Ayat back inside the TCB ring. If she's not fighting for a title soon, I don't know what to say. I mean, she had some skills to pay the bills.